Well, hey there, Muddy Buddies. Muddy River Sports editor Matt Shuckman here, coming to you from downtown Quincy in the Refreshment Services Pepsi studio as we get set for another episode of Muddy Night Hoops powered by Farm and Home Supply. We are coming up, closing in on the 8 o'clock hour where we will launch episode 3 of this prep basketball season, and we're here to talk prep basketball. Bradley Longcore III, the All-State guard from Quincy High School, will be joining us in studio. And then we'll head to the Hess Auto Hotline for several guests tonight, including Palmyra senior forward Sidney Compton, a Quincy University signee, as well as Illini West boys basketball coach Blaze Kimmel, as he discusses the Hancock County tournament that's going on this week, including tonight. And then we'll also chat it up with Canton boys basketball coach Dalton Armentrout, coming off a second place finish in the Highland tournament. The Tigers were the number 4 seed there. And made a nice run to get to the title game and gave Keokuk quite a battle in that championship game last Saturday. So we'll talk with him about how that's going to help the Tigers moving forward. And then we'll have the Starry Star of the Week at the end of the show. We'll have some other tidbits come up. Hopefully Shane Holsey, Muddy River Sports writer, will join us. He's out covering a game tonight that is going down to the wire right now. Undefeated Pittsfield taking on Quincy Notre Dame in girls action. And it is a 3-point game in the final seconds. So we'll see what happens there. We'll be able to give you an update when we come back live and kick off the show at 8 o'clock. So make sure you stick around and join us. Again, plenty to talk about. Huge week in Western Big Six Conference action for the boys. The Quincy High girls had a good weekend at the Sophie Cunningham Classic. We got a one bit of sad news coming up. So we'll give a shout out to Kate Medemeyer about that. But otherwise, we are getting set for Muddy Night Hoops, powered by Farm and Home Supply, coming up at the top of the hour, 8 o'clock. Stick around. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Welcome to another episode of Muddy Night Hoops, powered by Farm and Home Supply. It is week 3 of our 10-week sojourn into the prep basketball scene. I'm Muddy River Sports editor Matt Shuckman, coming to you live from downtown Quincy in the Refreshment Services Pepsi studio. We're glad to have you alongside us as we get ready for a big week of basketball coming up, and a lot to talk about from the week past. So thanks for joining us. Got a full slate ahead of us for the next hour and a half or so, depending on how long we talk. We will kick it off here shortly in about 12 minutes or so. Bradley Longcore III, the Quincy High School All-State guard, climbing the school's charts in darn near every statistical category. He is going to join us in studio to break down what's going on with the Blue Devils ahead of a huge Western Big Six Conference week. We'll get to all those updates as well. Then we will also hit the Hess Auto Hotline to talk to Palmyra senior forward Sydney Compton. Sydney is a Quincy University signee, helped the Panthers get to the title game of the Highland Tournament last week. Next week's the Tony Lenzini Tournament taking place in Palmyra, so big couple of weeks there, and then they'll head into Clarence Cannon Conference play in a loaded conference this year. 4 teams, I believe, in the top 10 in girls basketball in Class 3 from the same conference, and a 5th team receiving votes. That tells you how good the Clarence Cannon Conference is this year. So we'll break that down with her. Then we'll also talk with Illini West boys basketball coach Blaze Kimmel. The Hancock County Tournament's going on this week. A couple games being played tonight in Warsaw. Illini West has the night off. It's a 5-team tournament, so each night one team gets the night off. But so we'll break down with him what's going on with the Chargers and what to look forward to as the week goes on with the Hancock County. I keep wanting to call it the West Hancock Tournament, the Hancock County Tournament. So we'll get into more detail about that. And then we'll also be joined on the Hess Auto Hotline by Dalton Armentrout, the Canton boys basketball coach, who is coming off a second-place finish in the Highland Tournament last week. Great effort by them. We'll talk about his standout Preston Brewer, 6'8" senior who is having a heck of a year. Went head-to-head with Jackson Clark of Keokuk last week and had a great job. It was a lot of fun to see what he's capable of, and maybe we'll get some insight on where Preston Brewer's next move might be. I know there's several colleges looking at him, so we'll talk about with Coach Armentrout about all of that. We've got the Star of the Week to get to as well, but we're going to kick it off right off the bat with a game that just ended, literally like seconds ago. Down in Pittsfield at Vauchall Gymnasium. Just making sure, checking some updates here as we get them coming in. That's the cool thing about doing these shows live, is we get updates. Now, we chose Monday night because we figured Monday night there wouldn't be a ton of action going on. We could talk about both boys and girls basketball and some of those things for this show. And then it turns out we have some great Monday night games, which is really kind of cool. And so we're getting updates as we go. And here is the latest update. And it looks like what has happened down at Vauchall Gym tonight is the Pittsfield girls, undefeated, 17-0 going in, ranked number 9 in Class 2A, taking on Quincy Notre Dame, ranked 2nd in Class 3A, coming off the Raiders' first loss of the season to Breeze Central on Saturday. And the Raiders pulled out a 54-49 victory, a game that was pretty close throughout. I think Notre Dame had as much as an 11-point lead at one point in time. Pittsfield came back and took the lead in the final 2 minutes, but Notre Dame closed it out at the free throw line. I believe Sage Stratton hit 4 consecutive free throws to seal that one. 54-49, Quincy Notre Dame hands Pittsfield its first loss of the season. So thanks for the updates. Really appreciate that. Shane Holsey, Muddy River sports writer, was there. We're going to get an update from him. He's doing some work right now, doing some interviews, collecting information. So as soon as he gets free, we'll get him on the Hess Auto Hotline before he makes his trip back from Pike County. We'll break down that game. I saw where Central Southeastern girls picked up another win tonight as well. That game's already over. I mentioned the Hancock County tournament games are going on up in Warsaw tonight. I know Brown County girls are playing at home tonight. So a lot going on tonight alone. But we're coming off a big weekend with some interesting results. I'm going to start with Quincy High School boys, the newly ranked number 1 team in the state. First time since 1983, the Blue Devils ranked number 1 in the state, picked up a pair of victories over the weekend. Not surprising. They took care of business against Rock Island Alleman on Friday night in Western Big Six Conference action. Springfield came in. I thought Springfield might give them a little tougher game. Devils took care of business. Just really controlled that game start to finish. Played with a ton of energy. Never let, even when they got up 20 in the first half, never let that energy drop. And that's going to be critical come this week, because when you look at what's going on in the Western Big Six Conference this week, this is the kind of week that determines who wins a championship. And when we talk about that, we talk about the Blue Devils having to go on the road on Tuesday night and then back home on Friday night. And they've got a third game on Saturday night against another really good team. But this is the way the week shapes up for the number 1 ranked team in the state. Go to Moline, Wharton Fieldhouse, where this group has never won. 0-3 in their high school careers, this group of seniors. So Quincy goes to Moline on Tuesday night, comes home to take on Rock Island, state-ranked Rock Island, 17-1 Rock Island, in a huge Western Big Six Conference battle. And then Lincoln comes to Blue Devil Gym on Saturday night. So 3 interesting games. Styles will be different in each game. But the one thing, and when I talked to the Blue Devils on Saturday night after their victory over Springfield, is they've got to stay focused on themselves. I believe Dom Clay put it best, is that we just got to be us. And that mantra has held true throughout the season for this group. And it's been fun to watch. It's been fun to watch that develop. It's been interesting to watch how these guys interact with each other, how they hold each other accountable. And it's just, they deserve the number 1 ranking in the state. It's pretty impressive. A couple other games that are going to influence what happens in the Western Big Six race this weekend. Tuesday, United Township goes to Sterling. And then on Friday, Moline goes to United Township. Quincy, Rock Island, Moline, and UT are the top 4 teams in the league, clearly above everyone else. So that Moline UT game on Friday, just as important as the Rocky Quincy game. But if Quincy can win both this week, we'll get a little bit of separation and see how that goes. And then going into Saturday night with the Lincoln game. And then next week we got the Quincy Shootout, which we got a ton to talk about next Monday night about that. But the Quincy Shootout's going to be an absolute blast. Can't wait to see all the talent coming into Quincy for that. So if you haven't got your tickets, go online, quincyshootout.com. You can get your tickets, get you all set up. We will have coverage of that all next week, preparing you for the Quincy Shootout. So you can make sure to check out muddyriversports.com throughout the week on that. So we'll take care of that. Some other big games that happened over the weekend. West Hancock receiving votes in the Class 2A state poll. Went to Williamsville, gave the Bullets a challenge. Williamsville, undefeated, ranked number 2 in the state, ended up winning that game by 8, 68-60. But West Hancock really showed itself that it's right there. You talk about they played the number 1 ranked team in the state in Peoria Manual at the Abingdon Shootout, back in December, and held their own with the Rams. Now they hold their own with the Bullets. They're just a fraction away from beating those teams. And it's kind of cool to see. It's kind of cool to see that come to fruition for that group who has worked so hard to get to that level. And that was a game where they teetered on maybe letting that game get away, and then they kept fighting back, gave themselves a chance down the stretch. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out for West Hancock down the road. We mentioned the Quincy Notre Dame girls taking on Pittsfield earlier tonight. Quincy Notre Dame went to the Paws Shootout in Breese, Illinois over the weekend, played the number 1 ranked team in Breese Central, lost that game. It was the first loss of the season for QND, but I think it was an eye-opener. As the week they had, they started last week on Tuesday, beating Central Southeastern 37-36. They go to Breese Central and lose. They had to come back tonight and play an undefeated Pittsfield team, win by 5. So a lot of character building to start the new year for Quincy Notre Dame. Central Southeastern continues to roll despite that 1-point loss to Quincy Notre Dame. They went and beat state-ranked Pecatonica on Saturday at the Lanark Eastland Shootout, and then won again tonight. So we've got several teams in our area state-ranked, and let me pull it up here real quick. You look at it, Quincy High, number 1 ranked team in the state in Class 4A in boys. West Hancock receiving votes. On the girls' side, Quincy Notre Dame. I have a typo in our graphic, so Remy, don't put that up there. But they're number 2 in Class 3A. Central Southeastern number 5. Pittsfield number 9. And then Brown County also number 9 in Class 1A. And then on the Missouri side, we have several teams state ranked. On the boys side, Monroe City is number 7 in Class 3, Palmyra number 9. In Class 2, Canton is receiving votes. Canton just took second in the Highland tournament, upsetting Palmyra in the semifinals. Canton was the number 4 seed, got to the title game. On the girls side, like I mentioned, the Clarence Canton Conference is just loaded this season. So you got South Shelby at number 4, Highland number 8, Palmyra number 10, and Monroe City receiving votes, all in Class 3, and then Hannibal receiving votes in Class 5. So a lot of good basketball action on both sides of the river. And we are going to take a break after talking about all that. And my first guest is actually here in the studio. So let's get to a break. When we come back, Bradley Longcore III is here. He's ready to break it down. And I want to find out what he knows about his teammates. I got some interesting questions for him as he sits here and smiles because he knows what's coming, I think. So stick around. This is Muddy Night Hoops, powered by Farm and Home Supply.
Cutting down the chaos of life is a lot easier when you can find everything you need, including peace, at one place. Your local Farm and Home Supply.
Hey, grab me one too.
So what separates us most from all the other dealerships is the Toyota brand itself.
Once they buy a Toyota, they never buy anything else. Number 1 vehicle on the market, the best sedan on the market, some of the best reliable trucks on the market. And our main goal here is to try and get our customers the best payment possible.
We know the process and we pass that along to you.
We're simply looking to buy vehicles off the street.
And we want all makes and models of vehicles.
And you don't even have to buy anything in return. We'll just simply purchase it from you.
We can purchase a vehicle in 10 or 15 minutes or less.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Your policy's updated.
Because we know your house is where their dreams begin.
Impressive.
Thanks, Caleb.
And our agents are here to help you feel protected so your family can pursue their dreams. Bundle life and save up to 25% on home and auto. American Family Insurance.
Hi, I'm Rory O'Donnell with the O'Donnell Cookson Life Celebration Home. As a Quincy University alum, I understand the impact a local business has on area athletics. That is why the O'Donnell Cookson Life Celebration Home takes pride in supporting local athletic teams. We want to wish all of our area teams the best of luck this season. The O'Donnell Cookson Life Celebration Home of Quincy, supporting local athletics for 5 generations.
Kitchen and Bath Gallery of Quincy. Trained craftsmen and expert contractors with friendly professional service. Our design team helps with every step of the process, guiding you from a vision to reality with uncompromised service. Trust your home to the local experts. Get a free quote today. From concept to creation, Kitchen and Bath create remarkable spaces and innovative builds. Kitchen and Bath Gallery, your home reimagined.
Welcome back to Muddy Night Hoops, powered by Farm and Home Supply. I'm Muddy River Sports Editor Matt Shuckman, hanging out in downtown Quincy, and I got a very special guest joining me in the Refreshment Services Pepsi studio. It's Quincy High School's senior guard, the All-Stater, Bradley Longcore III, the Santa Clara, Signy. Yep. I like to see you guys wearing the Broncos gear.
Yeah, for sure.
So thanks for coming in and joining us.
Thanks for having me.
The obviously big week ahead for you guys. Got to get on the road tomorrow night, go to Moline, go to Wharton Fieldhouse, How was practice tonight to get prepared for that?
Practice is big. You know, we watched their film obviously the past 2 days, done all that stuff, and then we went through their personnel, stuff like that. We haven't won my whole high school career,
Right.
so it's very important to win there, and we took practice very seriously today.
And not only your high school career, Quincy hasn't won there since 2016, 2017 season. So it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's a big one for Coach Douglas too.
That's
so,
right.
You know, we gotta get this win for him, for us. You know, this game means a lot to us.
Well, and with Rocky coming up, you got Rock Island at home on Friday night. It's a big week in general.
Yeah.
But you got to focus on the first one first.
Yeah, I got to definitely take it game by game. You know, Moline, we got to get them out the way, and then, you know, we got to get to the weekend. Rock Island and Lincoln, they're both good teams, so we got a huge weekend ahead of us.
I mentioned something to somebody that you guys were in the gym on Sunday. You watched film and maybe not a full scale practice, but
Right.
shot the ball right, shot around,
Yeah.
and did team stuff to prepare for Moline. And somebody said to me, "Don't they ever get a day off?" And I said, "Well, yeah, they get days off, but you guys don't ever want to take days off, do you? I mean,
Right.
You're going to go shoot and do stuff regardless, aren't you?"
Yeah. I think that's what's the special thing about our team. Like, we all love basketball. Even the football guys, like, they love basketball. So, like, we're always going to find a gym, find somewhere to shoot, wherever it's like, if it's individually as a team, we're always going to find stuff to, you know, go play basketball and stuff because we love it. So
Yeah.
I think that's a really important thing about this group.
Okay, you got a good group of teammates, a good group of seniors that you've been around your entire life. Your dad coached you guys since what, second grade?
Yeah.
Something, you know, been a long time.
Yeah, it has.
Okay, so we got Keyshawn Thomas, we got Dom Clay, we've got Cameron Wires, we've got Rico Clay, we've got Jarius Rice Jr. Okay, so Mark Luthen.
Yep.
Can't forget about who's the toughest.
Who's the toughest? I mean, I think they're all pretty tough. What do you mean by tough?
Okay, you get in a battle in a back alley. Who do you want by your side?
We can't forget about Maxwell Wires either.
Exactly.
If I had to choose, I'd probably go with Keyshawn since he has the most stature. He's the biggest.
Yeah.
So probably Keyshawn, but deep down probably Max.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it really came down to it, probably Max.
I could see Max having anybody's back.
Yeah.
And being ready to go.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Who's the friendliest? Who's the guy that's going to go up and say hi to anybody?
Probably Rico.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's a ball of joy. He's always happy. He's always cracking jokes and stuff like
Okay.
that. So, you know, he's always fun to be around.
Okay. Who's the bookworm? Who's the smartest of the group?
Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark for sure.
Yeah.
Not in the classroom, but like anywhere else, he always like his common sense is up there. Like, I don't know, he's just always he's just smart. He's just a smart guy.
Who's the guy that's going to make you laugh above anybody else?
Probably, I always have to say Dom or Cam. You know, they're always, you know, just they're fun to be around too, obviously. But yeah, they're always cracking jokes and stuff like that too.
Okay. Who's the best dresser?
Best dresser out of the senior class.
Yeah. Who's got the most style?
Man, I might have to go with Dreas on that one. Yeah, Dreas. Yeah, he always has a good style.
I like that.
Yeah.
Who's the sloppiest? Who's locker? Whose locker is just the messiest?
Oh, Cam, without a doubt. Yeah, Cam. Yeah, he just has all his stuff all piled up in the locker room. He don't really care, but you know, he always.
And what's fun about that is all those guys, if they hear this stuff or if they're watching now, they're all cracking, they're all laughing.
Yeah, they
because
know.
you guys all get along so well.
Yeah, we do.
Why is that? Why is this group so tight?
I mean, I can't think of a time where we haven't been together. I mean, like we just always had that chemistry ever since second grade. Like you said, we've been together. We always hung out together and stuff like that. So, I mean, the whole COVID summer we spent really together. Like every single day we were together. And I think that was like probably one of the biggest things. But you know, we're just all brothers, I think.
That's cool. That's cool. We're in the Refreshment Services Pepsi studio here in downtown Quincy, breaking it down with Bradley Longcore III, Quincy High School's All-State guard. You're approaching some pretty cool numbers as far as record-wise, individually. Are you paying any attention to that, or where you stand on those lists, or whose names are on those lists?
Nah, not at all. I mean, like, it's just a team thing with me. I know it's with the rest of the team, too.
Yeah.
We're just looking forward to the next game, trying to win game after game. And because I know if we do that and if we stay focused on us as a whole, I mean, I think we can win state. Yeah. So that's the goal.
I would totally agree with you. What I found interesting is when Keyshawn broke the career rebounds record, when he broke the single game record, it was celebrated, and obviously the coaching staff did some nice things to celebrate those moments
Right.
for him.
Yeah.
But he was like, "Let's just go play.
Yeah.
Let's just go win." He had that mindset.
Yeah.
This group really is focused on let's go play, let's go win.
Yeah, that's another important thing about our group. You know, we're just always trying to win. I mean, those things are cool, but they're meant to be broken. We all know that. But
Yep.
yeah, we kind of look past that, just trying to focus on ourselves because we know we got a really good chance and a really special group with the team we got this year.
Fallen a couple steps short the last couple of years. Does that gnaw at you guys, or does it motivate you guys?
I would say it definitely motivates us. I mean, even just going back to our last loss against Rashawn, like even coach, like he was honest about it. But we know we use it as motivation. We know what we could do better. We always learn from those moments, and we're gonna keep learning from those moments. No matter what, we keep going back to the game. The game is always gonna be up on film.
Right.
So we always go back and watch it.
Yep.
But yeah, we definitely use it as motivation to get better at practice every day.
You mentioned that you guys have all played together since second grade and done that. Well, the coach of that group growing up just happened to be your dad.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Louthan was part of
Yep,
that too.
yep.
But you've played for your dad all throughout.
Yep.
What is the best piece of advice your dad has given you?
Everything. But if I had to pick one, just to keep working, keep my head down, keep working. Stay humble. Just stay focused on myself. Don't compare. It's all gonna work out in the long run. I'm still using that advice today.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep using it till, for the rest of my life. So I mean, there's multiple things he gave me, like stuff like that. But yeah, I'll say that's the biggest.
Okay, your mom played basketball too. So who do you take after more as a basketball player, mom or dad?
To be honest, I haven't seen them play too much, but I would probably say my mom's shooting and my dad. This is what my dad feeds me on advice, I would say. Yeah.
What I would say, because I had the opportunity, I covered both of them in their high school careers, which is kind of cool, and it makes me sound really old, doesn't it? But you shoot like your mom. You play with the same sort of defensive tenacity as your dad.
Yeah.
That's why I can see how he's a good coach, raising kids up and coaching kids. Is because he was a bulldog.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
And it's kind of fun to see that come full circle. What would your mom say you're most like your dad? In what way would she say you're most like your dad?
I probably my drive, not necessarily just basketball, but outside of basketball too. Or actually being like a good person. I know my dad's a good person.
Yeah.
I feel like we're kind of similar in some ways. So probably that. Nothing about basketball, but
Younger sister Miley, playing for the Quincy High girls team. How much fun is it to watch her and her team play?
oh, it's very fun. They got a really young group.
Yeah.
They're very skilled.
Yes.
But you can see where they're kind of like us a few years ago.
Yeah.
They have a lot of potential, a lot to get better at. But I think if they put that together, they keep working individually and as a team, they could be really good in the future.
What's the best advice you can give her and that group? Because you've been in those shoes.
Yeah, stay humble. Don't worry about the rankings or anything like that. Take it game by game. Just keep working. Don't take it for granted. Just keep working every day.
As we sit here and get prepped for another big week, it's awful cold outside.
It is.
Does that make you want to go to Santa Clara right now?
I actually been thinking about that. I'm like, I wonder how warm it is in Santa Clara. But yeah, I mean, it's extremely cold outside. But yeah, I know they got nice weather out there right now.
But it heats up in Blue Devil Gym because even Saturday night, it got really loud in there.
Yeah.
And that was fun. That's what I think this Friday. And you need to ask Coach Douglas, get through Tuesday.
Yep.
Don't want to take focus off
Right.
Tuesday. But this is just something to keep in the back of your head. Ask him about his senior year against Rock Island.
Okay.
And what the atmosphere was like.
I'm sure it's jumping.
Because here's what happened. They got snow when Rocky was supposed to come here. So they rescheduled it. They rescheduled it for the final weekend of the regular season. Well, it turned out they had to play on Saturday night.
Yeah.
Had a Western Big Six game on Friday night. Well, it turned out that game decided who wins the Western Big Six championship. So everything at stake, everything on the line. It was standing room only. Loudest man maybe I've ever heard Blue Devil Gym in a long time.
Yeah.
And he just dropped a career high 30. on
Wow.
Rocky.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
but,
So I make sure you ask him
Okay, I
about
will.
the Rocky atmosphere his senior year.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that was a big deal.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's a big deal. This week's a big deal. Got to get one done to get to the other. But obviously you want both.
Right.
What's the key to it? What's the key to maintaining focus this week?
I would say just staying together as a team. Staying calm under the pressure. As the number one team, we got a target on our back.
Yeah.
We're not only the number one team, but we're Quincy. So like everybody wants to beat us. But I would say just staying calm under the pressure. They're gonna be rough and tough with us. So we gotta bring that same energy back. But and obviously with the addition of Milton, that's gonna help a lot too.
Correct.
So I'm really just excited to get this week started, get the weekend started, and just keep winning games.
Well, I appreciate you taking time to come down here and
Sure.
join me and as we get this week started, and I look forward to being there with you guys throughout the week.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Awesome, man. That is Bradley Longcourt III joining us in the Refreshment Services Pepsi studio to break down Quincy High School basketball. Really appreciate him taking the time to come in as they get set to go to Moline on Tuesday night. Rocky and Lincoln at home Friday and Saturday night. Should be a fun week of Blue Devil basketball. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to hit up the Hess Auto Hotline and talk to Sydney Compton, the Palmyra senior forward who has signed with Quincy University. Talk about the Panthers season and her commitment to QU. So stick around. This is Monday Night Hoops, powered by Farm and Home Supply.
If you've been in a motor vehicle accident, contact McCleary Law.
There was nowhere to go. We were on a bridge.
All of a sudden, a guy started going over in our lane and hit us head on.
I couldn't even breathe. It was just unbelievable that it even happened.
We needed to get a hold of an attorney, and our first thoughts was to get a hold of Dan McCleary. Everything's pretty easy when you deal with Dan.
He got us way more than we expected to get.
We don't charge anything until we win your case. Call McCleary Law.
In the past, everyone came to you and you did business at your own kitchen table. This is Michael Libman, financial professional with the Prudential Insurance Company of America in Quincy. I still make house calls even with the internet and email. I feel it's important to really get to know you and your family's needs. Otherwise, how will I know what direction you need to take? Call me and I'll come sit with you at your kitchen table.
Michael Libman, financial professional. Call Michael today, 640-5446. He makes house calls.
When you're shopping at the grocery store, do you ever wonder where your beef comes from? Here at Jersey's, we do not. We know all of our beef comes directly from GJY Beef Company in Brown County. We know that these cattle are born and raised right here in our own backyard. So next time that you're looking for a juicy burger, ribeye sandwich, or mouth-watering steak, look no further than GJY Beef Company and Jersey's Bar and Grill, 109 East Jefferson, Camp Point, Illinois.
Tri-City Sports Screen Printing has everything you need to show off your school spirit and rep your team, or rep your business. We work closely with every customer to ensure each design looks great and is ready on time. Whether it's on the field, court, or in the office, let Tri-City Sports outfit your team this season. Visit us online at tricitysports.com or stop by our location at 535 Main Street, Quincy.
Cutting down the chaos of life is a lot easier when you can find everything you need, including peace, at one place. Your local Farm and Home Supply.
At 3D Windows and Siding, we don't have the huge overhead of a showroom, and that means we pass the savings on to you. Instead, we bring the showroom to you, offering a personalized experience right at your doorstep. With high-quality products at affordable prices, you get the best value without compromising on quality or service. We take pride in using some of the best products on the market, all backed by lifetime warranties. Our communication from start to finish leaves you with a smooth and hassle-free experience. Call 3D Windows and Siding today for your free consultation.
Since 1985, Hess Auto Agency has been your trusted source for pre-owned vehicles in the tri-state area. Families have experienced the Hess difference for generations and know they'll get the best vehicle buying experience in our region. With an ever-changing inventory, you'll find the right car at the right price. So when you want the best, don't guess. Choose Hess. Hess Auto Agency, 1124 North 24th in Quincy.
Welcome back to Muddy Night Hoops, powered by Farm and Home Supply, coming to you from downtown Quincy in the Refreshment Services Pepsi studio. So happy Bradley Longcore III, the Quincy High School All-State Guard, was able to join us in studio and break down what's happening with the Blue Devils. Remember, all of your Quincy High School segments are brought to you by McCleary Law. Forgot to mention that in the last segment. So McCleary Law, thank you for helping us out and making sure all of your Quincy High School and Quincy Notre Dame segments are taken care of each and every week here on Muddy Night Hoops. But right now, we are going to head to the other side of the river and to the Hess Auto Hotline to break it down with Palmyra senior forward Sydney Compton. Sydney, how are you tonight?
Good. I'm really good. How are you?
I'm good. It's cold outside, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very cold.
That's okay. If you're in the gym, it's all good and getting work done, right?
Of course.
Okay, how excited are you guys to get back in the gym this week and get some work done coming off the Highland tournament?
It's very exciting. Obviously we just lost that big game. So just for us to be able to get back into the gym and work on what we need to be working on, it's really good.
You guys seem to get better week by week. Obviously with you and Claire Williams, the seniors leading that team, but with some young players who have kind of come along. Have you felt that way, that those young players have grown as the season's gone on?
Oh yeah, definitely. I definitely love them all for sure. They do really great knowing their roles and stepping up, especially as freshmen. I know, especially for me when I was a freshman and having to step up to the varsity level right away, it was really scary. So I definitely know how they're feeling, and just for them to be able to jump into it and have open mindsets and come to practice every day with an open mindset and work so hard just like they do, they're doing awesome.
Being a senior, is it weird to look back and go, oh my gosh, I was a freshman in their shoes? Does it feel like forever ago?
You know what? Not really. They always tell you high school is going to go by so quick, and you never really believe it until you're here. And so it really does not feel like it's been forever. I feel like I was just a freshman yesterday.
Well, and it sort of feels like the season just started, and here we are, middle of January.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is going by so quick, which means we're getting closer to the Tony Lanzini tournament, which means Palmyra gets to play at home for a tournament on its own home court. How big a deal is that for you guys to be able to host that tournament?
I love our Tony Lanzini tournament. It's such a fun atmosphere. The vibe in the gym is always so good. Everybody's always so excited to be there. We always have big crowds. It's just a really good tournament. We have good competition there. So, yeah, I love that tournament, and I'm excited for it this upcoming week, and I'm ready to get a championship win. Yeah, that'll kick off a week from Monday. What would it mean to you come 2 Saturdays from now to be able to you and your teammates to be able to host that championship trophy? It will feel literally so good. Since I've been in high school, we have made it to the championship all of those 3 years, but we always come down to second. So just for us to, once we get there, because I have full faith that we will, but just having a good feeling and knowing that we're going to put the work in and we're going to play our butts off in that game. And yeah, I just really hope that we can come out with that win, and I'll feel really good. What makes this group special? What makes this group successful? We're so young, and just the fact that everybody knows their role, like I said, and the leadership that everyone brings to the table, not only Claire and myself, but then you also have Jersey, Avery, Anna, Marnie, who just got back from an injury. They all play such a good role with leadership. And, we've had a few games that we have lost and that we probably should have won, but that all just comes with how young we are. We are really young, but we only can go up from here, and we have enough grit, we have the attitude, and we have the effort, and as long as we continue to put the effort into practice, it'll be fine.
Well said, well said. We're breaking it down with Sydney Compton, the Palmyra senior forward, here on the Hess Auto Hotline on Muddy Night Hoops. Sydney, headed to Quincy University next year. What made you decide Quincy University was the place for you?
Well, I love my connection with all my coaches. Loyalty is very important to me. And after our first talk, I really just knew right away that QU was my home. You know, I love the culture. I love the family atmosphere that they have, and obviously how close it is from home was a really big thing for me. I'm very excited to still play in front of like my friends and family and just to represent my area. So yeah, I'm super excited, and it was just a really easy pick for me.
And the Hawks are 10-5. They won again on Saturday. We're starting to really see what Courtney Boyd can do as a head coach and where she can take this program. How much does that excite you to see them already gaining steam?
It excites me a lot. I know Quincy is obviously a very well coached team. They're very talented. From me like going to like the elite shootouts and like their camps and stuff, and just watching a couple games. Just like I said, the culture, like you can just see it while they're playing on the floor, and just the intensity of their games and how hard they play. Like, they're a very exciting team to watch, and I love Coach Boyd and the rest of the coaching staff. They do so well. They're great people, and so I'm just excited to be a part of that family.
I know Mom and Dad have been big supporters and have your back every step of the way. How special is it for you, though, to make sure they get that opportunity close to home to be able to watch you at the next level?
It means a lot. You know, my parents have always been like my number one supporters, them and my siblings, of course. But they, like you said, they have been with me through every step, with travel basketball, with all the camps, all like the hotels spent. They've literally been through it with me since day one, and I definitely could not say I'd be here without them, that's for sure.
And it seems like that's a common thing. You know, I know in talking with Claire Williams, you know, her parents are so supportive. And, I mean, you guys the support comes from everywhere within that community, doesn't it?
Yes, it definitely does.
What does that mean to you guys when you walk into a gym knowing there's going to be a ton of Palmyra fans there?
Yeah, I love it. I think our gym and our home games are always the best compared to anywhere else we go. You can just feel the love and the support from our community the minute we step onto the court. Like, you just know it's a great atmosphere to be in, and you just know that everyone there that's watching you really just enjoys being there, and just you can just feel the love that they bring.
We're in that stage right now of the season where you're playing in the tournaments. Had the Highland tournament last week, the Tony Lenzini next week. But as soon as the Lenzini's over, it's Clarence Cannon Conference action time. And the Cannon is loaded this year, isn't it?
Yes, it definitely is.
When you look at the state rankings and you see 4 teams in the top 10 that are all in the Clarence Cannon Conference, and then a 5th in Monroe City that's receiving votes, what does that tell you about how hard you're going to have to play to win in the league?
Oh, it definitely says a lot about how hard we're going to have to play, and not only how hard we're going to have to play, but like how much grit we're really going to have to put in. Because like I've said to everybody really this year, we definitely are the underdogs. I mean, we've lost so many seniors, great seniors, and now that we have such a young team, it definitely puts a target on our backs. So yeah, just knowing that we have the ability to play against that competition honestly does feel really good. I'm excited.
Good. Well, it's going to be a lot of fun.
I love competition.
Good. Well, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun to see how the last month and a half of the season plays out. And I can't express enough thanking you for taking the time to join us tonight. I know there's a lot ahead, so hopefully maybe we get to do this again before the season's through.
Yes, hopefully. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Take care. Good luck in the Lenzini, and we will catch up with you guys soon, all right?
Thank you.
That was Sydney Compton, the Palmyra senior forward, joining us on the Hess Auto Hotline. Again, the Tony Lanzetti tournament coming up next week. We'll break down a little bit more next Monday night. Obviously, that'll be the first night of the tournament, but we'll make sure you're well prepared for that. You can make sure to check the stuff out at muddyriversports.com for your full breakdown of what's going on both sides of the river. As we mentioned, 4 teams within the Clarence Canyon Conference ranked in Class 3 state poll by the Missouri Basketball Coaches Association. We'll have those state rankings up on our website later today. The new boys poll came out today. Missouri does one each week. So this week it was a new boys poll. Next week it'll be new girls poll. But we'll make sure those are up on our website for you to check out. And we're going to take a break right now. When we come back, we're going to break down a little more Illinois basketball with Illini West boys basketball coach Blaise Kimmel. So stick around. This is Muddy Night Hoops, powered by Farm and Home Supply.
Muddy Night Hoops is also brought to you by Town & Country Inn and Nationwide Transportation.
When you're shopping at the grocery store, do you ever wonder where your beef comes from? Here at Jersey's, we do not. We know all of our beef comes directly from GJY Beef Company in Brown County. We know that these cattle are born and raised right here in our own backyard. So next time that you're looking for a juicy burger, ribeye sandwich, or mouth-watering steak, look no further than GJY Beef Company and Jersey's Bar and Grill, 109 East Jefferson, Camp Point, Illinois.
Tri-City Sports Screen Printing has everything you need to show off your school spirit and rep your team, or rep your business. We work closely with every customer to ensure each design looks great and is ready on time. Whether it's on the field, court, or in the office, let Tri-City Sports outfit your team this season. Visit us online at tricitysports.com or stop by our location at 535 Main Street, Quincy.
Kitchen and Bath Gallery of Quincy. Trained craftsmen and expert contractors with friendly professional service. Our design team helps with every step of the process, guiding you from a vision to reality with uncompromised service. Trust your home to the local experts. Get a free quote today. From concept to creation, Kitchen and Bath create remarkable spaces and innovative builds. Kitchen and Bath Gallery, your home reimagined.
In the past, everyone came to you and you did business at your own kitchen table. This is Michael Libman, financial professional with the Prudential Insurance Company of America in Quincy. I still make house calls even with the internet and email. I feel it's important to really get to know you and your family's needs. Otherwise, how will I know what direction you need to take? Call me and I'll come sit with you at your kitchen table.
Michael Libman, financial professional. Call Michael today, 640-5446. He makes house calls.
We believe that accessing care close to home is better for you and better for your family. For 120 years, Hannibal Regional has been committed to providing community-based, contemporary health care. From state-of-the-art surgical care to innovative cancer care, and now life-saving open-heart surgery. We are dedicated to expanding access to exceptional care in each of the communities we serve. Hannibal Regional, why go anywhere else?
Looking for a new hangout or a place to eat? Gabe welcomes you to the Silver Dollar. Delicious menu options, daily lunch and drink specials, and 6 gambling machines. Come hang out on the patio with friends at the Silver Dollar, 7403 Broadway. Gaming and grill up on the hill. Silver Dollar.
Since 1985, Hess Auto Agency has been your trusted source for pre-owned vehicles in the tri-state area. Families have experienced the Hess difference for generations and know they'll get the best vehicle buying experience in our region. With an ever-changing inventory, you'll find the right car at the right price. So when you want the best, don't guess. Choose Hess. Hess Auto Agency, 1124 North 24th in Quincy.
Welcome back to Muddy Night Hoops, powered by Farm and Home Supply. I'm Muddy River Sports editor Matt Shuckman, coming to you from downtown Quincy in the Refreshment Services Pepsi studio. It's Hancock County Tournament Week. and just saw one of the scores pop up on my Twitter feed. West Hancock beats West Prairie 74-25 tonight. The unique thing about the Hancock County Tournament is 5 teams. Only 4 can play on a given night. So that left one coach available to chat with us. So we're going to go to the Hess Auto Hotline and break it down with Illini West coach Blaze Kimmel. Coach, how are you?
Good, Matt. Appreciate you having me. I just said this to you previously. Appreciate all what you do for high school boys basketball and what you do for the publicity.
Well, it's they deserve it. They deserve it. It's been a lot of fun. This show's been a lot of fun. And I know the Hancock County Tournament this week's going to be a lot of fun, isn't it?
Yep. I'm always excited about this. Last year we had a pretty successful run at it, winning it. Playing well. And this year it's no different. All the teams. You never know what can happen on a county tournament game night. So we're going to take it game by game. We play West Prairie tomorrow. We were able to get through a tough Southeastern game Saturday, and play West Prairie tomorrow, Minden Friday, and then have West Hancock Saturday. So hopefully we can put ourselves in a position to make that a championship level game in Hancock County Saturday night. I'm really looking forward to it.
That would be a lot of fun, especially you kind of hope when you see the brackets play out, you kind of hope that last game matters for the title. But if you have 2 teams that are at close proximity-wise as they are, and 2 teams that are very talented going head-to-head for the title that night, could be a lot of fun, couldn't it?
Oh, yeah. Last year we were able to closely get them on our court during the county tournament. Then we went to their place during the regional, and I'll tell you, as a first-year head coach, that was an unbelievable environment for our kids, our fans, for their fans. I mean, it was an absolutely packed house, and our kids remember that, and that's where it's at again. And we know how talented they are. They're a really good team. They're well coached by, Jeff and Jamie. They do an awesome job there.
Yep.
And their kids have worked really hard in the offseason. So, we talked about it all year. We know when it comes regional time, especially, this is a team you are going to probably have to go through West Hancock, a Q&D. It could be a Plains. It could be whoever. And we got to put ourselves in position at a high level of play to play them. So that's what we work and strive toward all season. We've won some close games. We've had some tight games where we maybe could have played a little bit better. But overall, at 13-6, I'm really happy with it going into this week of the county tournament, where we know tomorrow night won't be an easy one with West Prairie. They'll give us everything they got.
Well, just taking a step back to Christmas, you guys go 3-1 in the Macomb Western Holiday Tournament, and if you look at it, West Hancock goes 3-1, Macomb goes 3-1, Brown County goes 3-1, you go 3-1. Mm-hmm. Our area teams really represented well in that tournament, in a really high-level tournament. Did that give your guys a boost going into the new year?
Well, I think mentally it did. I will say this, if I had my captain sit here, they would say the same thing. We've kind of we've had some tough losses to Griggsville and Payson in the new year after starting 11-4.
Uh-huh.
And those are both road games, tough road games, and we've also had a couple wins. Right now we're trying to get back. Maybe we're in a little bit of a energy slump because my kids, they poured their heart and souls into that WIU tournament this year. Illini West hadn't had a trophy since 2014 from that tournament, and that was the highest place finish since 2014 for the Chargers. And when we were going into that after a tough loss to Rockridge, who was played phenomenal throughout the entire tournament.
No doubt.
We were happy to get 2 quality wins versus Monmouth, Roseville, and Eureka. And when I tell you we were on empty in that Eureka game, and Carlisle hit a buzzer beater to send it to overtime in the 5th place game, I tell you that kind of gave us the boost we needed. But I would say right now, I know one thing. I don't think teams overlook us. I think teams look at us and talk, they talk about how stingy our defense can be. We have some talented players in Wes Robertson, Ethan Carlisle, Trey Niederman, Steven Sparks, and I could keep going. Wes Robertson's averaging about 15-7 for us this year, and he's having a phenomenal year as a junior. And I really think, like you said, the boost of confidence is real. And we know that we can beat – we feel we can beat anybody. Just know our room for error is minimal. And sometimes in games, we really put some errors out there that we know we got to keep correcting by time 3rd week of February comes around. This week and a couple weeks at Q&D, we know we'll be tested. Right. So we're excited for this last month and a half of the season.
Well, even the games you've come up a little short in, you've been right there. I know the loss to Payson was a 1-point game, and I mean the loss to Macomb early in the year was a 4-point game.
Yep.
So it's not like you're getting blown out. It's when you're in it, you're in every game.
Yeah, and last year I give really big props to Colby Robertson, Reshoot, Hayden Reagan, my seniors last year. Every single game, outside of our first week together, as we all know, getting new system and playing together, all that.
Yep.
You know, last year, I think any team that played us had to, whether we won or they won, it was a dogfight every single time we played. It was kind of annoying for a little while. We couldn't get a break on the close games and just how, you know, a really tight physical game where both teams are playing extremely hard. And this year's been nothing different outside of our Rockridge game. Rockridge really blitzed us and played well. But like you said, we've been with some really good teams. Macomb's having a phenomenal year again with Coach Anderson. Much respect to him. We played 11-1. I think they're 11-1. Monroe City on the road early in the season.
Right.
And we had a chance to win it at the end of regulation and forced overtime, which is it was a good Friday night game at their place. And we've had multiple other games like that. West Robertson's hit 3-game winners against, at the time, state-ranked Bluffs, Clark County. And we've had some other games where it came down the wire. We needed a bucket. So, like you said, it's always been tight. We feel we can do that with anybody, and we also feel that any team on our schedule is a worthy opponent. So we always try to take that to every game we play, and that's the same thing we're taking in to tomorrow night versus West Prairie, where West Robertson has a hurt finger and won't be able to play. So we're a depleted team that hopefully can get a win without one of our players.
Well, I was just going to ask you about him, and knowing that he's out tomorrow night doesn't damper what he's capable of doing. But do you ever look at him and go, boy, what can't you do? Because you look at how good a baseball player is, how good a golfer he is, there's nothing he can't do, is there?
Yeah, hey, and I would never tell him that to his face. He'll probably listen and nudge me at some point. I would never tell him that or Colby to his face. But yeah, hey, listen, it's a thing for kids nowadays. You know, it's tough to show up every day, and it's tough to do the hard work every day. And from a leadership standpoint, he's had rough games, and he has, but he's never stopped leading, and he's never stopped competing. And for Charger basketball, we know his priority, he's a really, really good baseball player, and he has a lot of focus there. But what he's done for Charger basketball, his friends, his coaches, the Charger, the logo across his chest, the name across his chest, he's really poured his heart and soul. And that starts at home. He has a wonderful family, and he's a really good boy. And he just decided to start cutting stuff open on a Saturday night after our game and slice his finger open. So that was a damper today. But we know what he does for our team. And on the bench tomorrow, we know it's no different. He'll be an awesome leader there as well. And I'm really happy to have him and guys like Ethan Carlisle back. Yep. And right now we're cherishing the moments with our seniors, Steven Sparks, Trey Niederman, and a couple others.
Yeah, it's been a fun group for me to get to know a little bit and to be around a little bit here and there. And great kids who are always willing to chat with me, which is something special.
Oh, they're awesome. Yep. Hey, trust me, they'll talk. They'll talk to you. They will. I guarantee that.
Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, so it's your second year at Illini West. How have you adapted to living, being in Carthage and being part of the West Central community and all that kind of stuff?
At first, the being new has been awesome. It was kind of just a fresh start deal. I had an opportunity where Mr. Harnack and Coach Supernaut offered me the job before I left, but I didn't really think I had a chance at, maybe getting it. Just I hadn't had any head coaching experience, and they gave a kid. A 25-year-old an opportunity to lead this program. And I give all props to our kids. They really let me come in and coach them. And again, that's props to my last year's senior class for leading them. And we had a wonderful summer. They helped me get through it, as well as my assistant coaches, Tyler Brunson, Tim Lafferty, Grant Supernaut, a ton of other people, my office secretaries here at the high school. They've really helped me blend in here and I get in our apartment, all that. So it's been nothing but awesome things about Car. I have nothing bad to say about the area, Illini West. People are so helpful. And when I'm in a pickle with a car trouble, my family's 5 hours away. I've had multiple people message me offering cars for me to drive and things like that. So I really like this area a lot. I can see myself staying here for a long time. It's a really nice area. They take good care of me.
Oh, that grizzled veteran you have on your bench, and Tim Lafferty, has been through a win or two in his career.
Oh, hey man, the amount of info he could give you on different teams, what they've done, what they haven't done, practices, been able to split up. And I know what's going on the other end of the gym with our JV team, who's 13-2 right now, having a really good year. And he's had reason for that. He's teaching them how to play the right way, playing hard. And it's a talented group that he has managed to really keep pushing the ceiling higher and higher. So I'm really proud of, I'm happy to have him for one. I'm really proud to call him a friend now as well. I will say, when we had to play Monmouth Roseville over at WIU, I thought he changed on me. I thought he was coaching the Titans for a little bit.
Yeah, Chuck and him do look a little alike, don't they?
Oh yeah. Hey, Chuck came up to him and said, as long as nobody nobody commits a felony in either area, we're good.
Fantastic. Well, hey, Blaze, I know you got a big week ahead of you, so I do appreciate you taking time to join us. And we'll be out covering the Hancock County tournament as the week rolls on.
I really appreciate, again, all the coverage you give to not only our team, but every other team. So thank you again, Matt. Appreciate you having me. Appreciate you asking. Look forward to seeing you guys.
Awesome. Thanks, buddy. Take care. That was Illini West coach Blaze Kimmel joining us on the Hess Auto Hotline. Hancock County tournament going on this week. They will have plenty of games this week, including that big one on Saturday night. It'll be interesting to see if we get an Illini West Hancock matchup for the two teams going head-to-head for the county championship. So, again, the Hancock County tournament going on all this week. All the games are at Warsaw this week, so and we will have plenty of coverage. I know my guy Steve Eininger is looking forward to heading up to Warsaw several times this week to make sure we provide you blanket coverage of what's going on throughout our area. Right now, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to head back over to the other side of the river and talk to a guy whose team is making waves, played for a title last week, and has one of the best players in our area. So stick around as we've chatted up with Canton coach Dalton Armentrout when we come back here on Muddy Night Hoops, powered by Farm and Home Supply.
At 3D Windows and Siding, we don't have the huge overhead of a showroom, and that means we pass the savings on to you. Instead, we bring the showroom to you, offering a personalized experience right at your doorstep. With high-quality products at affordable prices, you get the best value without compromising on quality or service. We take pride in using some of the best products on the market, all backed by lifetime warranties. Our communication from start to finish leaves you with a smooth and hassle-free experience. Call 3D Windows and Siding today for your free consultation.
So what separates us most from all the other dealerships is the Toyota brand itself.
Once they buy a Toyota, they never buy anything else. #1 vehicle on the market, the best sedan on the market, some of the best reliable trucks on the market. And our main goal here is to try and get our customers the best payment possible.
We know the process and we pass that along to you.
We're simply looking to buy vehicles off the street.
And we want all makes and models of vehicles.
And you don't even have to buy anything in return. We'll just simply purchase it from you.
We can purchase a vehicle in 10 or 15 minutes or less.
Hey, grab me one too.
Hi, I'm Rory O'Donnell with the O'Donnell Cooks and Life Celebration Home. As a Quincy University alum, I understand the impact a local business has on area athletics. That is why the O'Donnell Cooks and Life Celebration Home takes pride in supporting local athletic teams. We want to wish all of our area teams the best of luck this season. The O'Donnell Cooks and Life Celebration Home of Quincy, supporting local athletics for 5 generations.
Looking for a new hangout or a place to eat? Gabe welcomes you to the Silver Dollar. Delicious menu options, daily lunch and drink specials, and 6 gambling machines. Come hang out on the patio with friends at the Silver Dollar, 7403 Broadway. Gaming and grill up on the hill. Silver Dollar.
Cutting down the chaos of life is a lot easier when you can find everything you need, including peace, at one place. Your local Farm and Home Supply.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof, because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready, future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
Welcome back to Muddy Night Hoops, powered by Farm and Home Supply It has been a fun first hour breaking down the prep basketball scene. Can't thank our guest enough for joining us. Bradley Longcore III, the Quincy High School senior point guard, joining us in studio in the Refreshment Services Pepsi studio here in downtown Quincy. Sydney Compton, Palmyra senior forward, joining us on the Hess Auto hotline, as well as Illini West Boys basketball coach joining us on the hotline as we break down basketball from both sides of the river. And right now we're going to go back to that Hess Auto hotline and go to the Missouri side of the Mississippi to break down the Class II Canton Tigers with Canton coach Dalton Armentrout. Coach, how are you tonight?
Doing pretty good. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for joining us. Coming off a Highland tournament in which you guys made it to the title game and played one heck of a barn burner with Keokuk on Saturday. How much will getting to the title game and playing in a tight game against a good team like Keokuk do for your group?
Yeah, going into the tournament, we had that break, had some snow, couldn't get in the gym as much as we wanted to. But we faced a tough Clark County team that gave us fits before break, and then we faced a good Palmyra team there on Thursday and pulled out a victory there. And I think that just kind of, we didn't start off very well against Keokuk, but I think it gave us momentum going into the rest of the year that we can play with anybody if we, play up to our game. So, we got a tough stretch here coming up with 2 games. We got a game tomorrow versus Highland, got a game Friday, and then we roll into the Tony Lanzini tournament. So tough stretch, but I think our guys are capable of doing it.
We can talk a lot about Preston Brewer, but you got to have guys around a superstar or a standout guy that make your team go. How important, who has stepped up for you in those kind of roles and made this team go outside of Brewer?
We got Preston, obviously. Caden Oliver, junior point guard, does a lot for us, lefty. Second on the team in points per game. Great basketball IQ. Had a really good tournament last week. And then you have another senior, Tyler Frazier, who's really stepped up this year and been, he can lead us in points or he can lead us somewhere else, but he's going to be up at the top. And then Bryce Baker has really played a really good tournament. He's been stepping up for us. And then Blue Taylor, he kind of plays our post, that helps Preston. Since Preston can play on the inside, outside, Blue takes over inside, and we can move Preston around in different situations. And then we got Chris Allspaw, who's probably one of the better shooters in the area, in my opinion. You can shoot it from deep anywhere, and so you got so many guys around you. It's so hard to key on one guy, which helps Preston down low and helps other guys get open too. So Preston does a great job at finding other guys, and we're gonna keep doing what we're doing, and hopefully turns into a really good year down in March.
Well, and to have seniors who understand the game, understand their roles, and are willing to fill any role that's needed means a lot, because their experience matters, doesn't it?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. We, I don't know if we could have beat Palmyra last year, which I don't think we did, but, we played Palmyra the third game, I believe. And, we just kind of let the game, we kind of beat ourselves really. And then, we were in the same situation in the second round of the Highland tournament on Thursday, and we did a lot better job at keeping our composure and knowing the situation. And, I think having that senior leadership really helped then.
And it helps to have a guy who can put up 25 on a given night in Preston Brewer. How much have you seen him grow as a basketball player over the years? When I first came in, he was, he's a sophomore. He was probably, I would say only 6'5". He was 6'5", 6'6", and he was kind of a clumsy guy.
couldn't really run and jump, tripping over his feet and everything else. But he's kind of grown his game, and he's a hard worker. He works at it. He's always the first one to practice. He shows up 30 minutes before practice even starts, and he's put in the work. He played AAU ball this summer, which is I believe it was the first year he did that. So he works at his game, and it's starting to show.
Are the college coaches starting to notice that? Starting to see the growth and kind of show a little more interest?
Yeah, I think so. It seems like we have a new college coach at every game this year. So he's getting the looks, and he played against that Jackson Clark from Keokuk, and he's no slouch.
Right.
So I think Preston held his own with him, and I would take any of those two really, but I think Preston held his own and showed what he could do.
When you're on the sideline and you see two kids like Preston and Jackson Clark going head to head, and how much fun that is to see those head to head matchups, are you able as a coach to enjoy that, or are you so locked into the game and what needs to happen that maybe you don't enjoy it until you go back and watch film?
At that situation, you watch and like, oh, let's see what happens here. Oh wait, I gotta coach this game really quick.
Yeah.
Call the next play. But it's a good matchup for us. And Keokuk's their coach does a really good job, and they got a really good team. And I thought our players really showed out and gave us the confidence so we could compete with anybody. So, that was probably the last time we see a 6'11" kid down the road, but that definitely gave us the confidence moving forward.
Awesome. Well, I know you guys got a lot going on the next couple of weeks, couple games this week, and then the Lenzini tournament next week. So I appreciate you taking time out of your Monday night to join us, and look forward to seeing you guys down the road.
Yeah. Yep. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
That was Canton coach Dalton Armentrout joining us on the Hess Auto Hotline, talking about his Tigers, along with Preston Brewer, the 6'8" senior forward, who is, he's one of the best players in the area this year, no doubt about it. You can look forward to seeing him, hopefully, in the Muddy River Showcase coming up June 21st out of Johnwood Community College. Haven't talked much about that. We will get to more of that, though. Again, June 21st, Muddy River Showcase. This will be our 4th year of the showcase. Can't believe how much time flies. A lot of fun putting on the All-Star event. So, again, mark it on your calendar. We've already started talking to players about playing in the game, so we'll have a great crew from both Illinois and Missouri for that All-Star event. Right now, though, we are going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to hit up the Hess Auto Hotline one more time because Shane Holsey, Muddy River sports writer, is coming back from Pittsfield. We're going to get him to talk about the Quincy Notre Dame's victory over previously undefeated Pittsfield on the girls' side when we come back. So stick around. This is Monday Night Hoops, powered by Farm Home Supply.
Looking for a new hangout or a place to eat? Gabe welcomes you to the Silver Dollar. Delicious menu options, daily lunch and drink specials, and 6 gambling machines. Come hang out on the patio with friends at the Silver Dollar, 7403 Broadway. Gaming and grill up on the hill. Silver Dollar.
We believe that accessing care close to home is better for you and better for your family. For 120 years, Hannibal Regional has been committed to providing community-based, contemporary health care. From state-of-the-art surgical care to innovative cancer care, and now life-saving open-heart surgery. We are dedicated to expanding access to exceptional care in each of the communities we serve. Hannibal Regional, why go anywhere else?
When you're shopping at the grocery store, do you ever wonder where your beef comes from? Here at Jersey's, we do not. We know all of our beef comes directly from GJY Beef Company in Brown County. We know that these cattle are born and raised right here in our own backyard. So next time that you're looking for a juicy burger, ribeye sandwich, or mouth-watering steak, look no further than GJY Beef Company and Jersey's Bar and Grill, 109 East Jefferson, Cam Point, Illinois.
At 3D Windows and Siding, we don't have the huge overhead of a showroom, and that means we pass the savings on to you. Instead, we bring the showroom to you, offering a personalized experience right at your doorstep. With high-quality products at affordable prices, you get the best value without compromising on quality or service. We take pride in using some of the best products on the market, all backed by lifetime warranties. Our communication from start to finish leaves you with a smooth and hassle-free experience. Call 3D Windows and Siding today for your free consultation.
Tri-City Sports Screen Printing has everything you need to show off your school spirit and rep your team, or rep your business. We work closely with every customer to ensure each design looks great and is ready on time. Whether it's on the field, court, or in the office, let Tri-City Sports outfit your team this season. Visit us online at tricitysports.com or stop by our location at 535 Main Street, Quincy.
If you've been in a motor vehicle accident, contact McCleary Law.
There was nowhere to go. We were on a bridge.
All of a sudden, a guy started going over in our lane and hit us head on.
I couldn't even breathe. It was just unbelievable that it even happened.
We needed to get a hold of an attorney, and our first thoughts was to get a hold of Dan McCleary. Everything's pretty easy when you deal with Dan.
He got us way more than we expected to get.
We don't charge anything until we win your case. Call McCleary Law.
Hi, I'm Rory O'Donnell with the O'Donnell Cooks and Life Celebration Home. As a Quincy University alum, I understand the impact a local business has on area athletics. That is why the O'Donnell Cooks and Life Celebration Home takes pride in supporting local athletic teams. We want to wish all of our area teams the best of luck this season. The O'Donnell Cooks and Life Celebration Home of Quincy, supporting local athletics for 5 generations.
Welcome back to Muddy Night Hoops, powered by Farm and Home Supply. I'm Muddy River Sports Editor Matt Shuckman, coming to you from the downtown Quincy Refreshment Services Pepsi studio as we break down prep basketball throughout Illinois and Missouri and West Central Illinois and Northeast Missouri, and had a great show so far. Lots of fantastic interviews. Bradley Longcore III, Sidney Compton, Blaze Kimmel, Dalton Armentrout, all. Thank you so much for joining us. Been a great night, and we're going to head back to the Hess Auto Hotline one more time to break down a game that actually took place tonight, because my guy Shane Holsey is driving back to Quincy from Pike County after watching Quincy Notre Dame hold off Pittsfield at Vauchall Gymnasium. Shane, how are you, bud?
Fantastic. Chuck, how we doing?
Thanks for taking the time to join us. You saw a barn burner of a game tonight, 54-49 victory for Quincy Notre Dame.
You said it right there, barn burner, and it looked like it was wasn't maybe going to be that way there early in the first half, but Pittsfield really showed the rest of the state something tonight, the way they fought back after being down 11 and actually took the lead with a couple minutes left.
For a team that is so young, and speaking of Pittsfield in this sense, to kind of show the moxie they did tonight, it sends a huge message, doesn't it?
It really does. And Coach Noah Mendenhall couldn't recall seeing so many people at a girls' basketball game in Pittsfield, which tells you something, the support this team has and how well they're playing. But down the stretch, it was the combination of Ari Bueller and Sage Stratton for Q&D that we've seen so many times. That 1-2 punch at the guard position, they just made big play after big play in the final couple minutes.
Well, so often or not, some of those games come down to experience, senior leadership, and that's what Q&D has in Sage Stratton. I know Ari Bueller's just a junior, but a ton of experience and a ton of leadership there. Pittsfield's going to get that in the years to come. Right now, Notre Dame has that, and Stratton knocking down those free throws was huge, and you expect her to do that.
Yeah, and I asked Ari, I asked Sage, I asked Eric Orn. None of them were the least bit nervous when she stepped to the line, and it was Ari that gave Q&D the lead with a minute and a half left on a three-pointer from the corner about 30 seconds after Pittsfield's Lila Simon converted an and one, made the free throw on the other end, crowd's going crazy, and Ari comes down and silences him about 25 seconds later with a three-pointer, and then Pittsfield couldn't score the rest of the game.
I've not had the opportunity to see Reese Ramsey in person. I've watched Pittsfield now 2 or 3 times at least on live stream. But, man, Reese Ramsey for a freshman is impressive, isn't she?
I think the best word is just fearless. She is just, there's not a shot she doesn't have the confidence she can make. Her Mendenhall trusts her to take those shots. Her teammates trust her to take those shots. And if you watched her game, the way she carries herself, the energy she plays with, she plays like a junior in college. She has that kind of poise, that kind of confidence, and it's really impressive. And she was just absolutely fearless. Q&D kind of locked her down in the middle third of the game a little bit, but she came out on absolute fire and was a big reason why Pittsfield was able to hang in this one.
And Noah Mendenhall's doing a heck of a job for his first varsity job as head coach. And I just, every time I watch them, every time I talk to somebody about Pittsfield, I'm more and more impressed with what Noah Mendenhall's doing there.
And I asked Coach Orrin afterwards, and I think this is the biggest compliment any coach will tell you, that Pittsfield, the girls just play extremely hard, whistle to whistle. I know we throw that term around. It's kind of a cliche, but they really epitomize that, and there is not a game they're ever out of, or at least they believe they're ever out of.
Well, and for Quincy Notre Dame, coming off the loss to Breeze Central on Saturday at the Paws shootout down in Breeze, in which they struggled offensively, only 3 points in the second quarter of that game, to come back tonight, find a way to win against an undefeated opponent on their own home floor, has probably got to set the right tone for what Quincy Notre Dame has coming forward, and kind of puts them back in the right frame of mind, doesn't it?
Yeah, and they have another currently undefeated team yet to play this week in South Shelby here just in a few days. So
right.
doesn't get a whole heck of a lot easier. But there's, you mentioned the leadership, the moxie, the confidence that this group has. You see it. There's not a moment they're afraid of, especially at those leaders at the guard position. Just kind of that calming force with Sage and Aerie and Tristan Pieper down low, and Jenna Durst, just the steady hands that Q&D has there. They just have reliable pieces that you know what you're going to get on a night in, night out basis.
No, you can't forget all of those players have played in a state tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
That could be huge here as we approach February.
Sounds good. Hey man, I know you're going to get home. Look forward to seeing what you have to write for us. Make sure to check out everything Shane produces from tonight's game at MuddyRiverSports.com. So be safe on your way home, and thanks for taking the time.
Of course, you bet.
That was Muddy River Sports writer Shane Holsey joining us on the Hess Auto Hotline for the McCleary Law Quincy Notre Dame update as the Quincy Notre Dame girls basketball team gets back on track with a 54-49 victory at Pittsfield tonight. Pittsfield previously unbeaten, but man, they're good. 17-1 now, the Saukeys, winning a lot of games. Noah Mendenhall doing a heck of a job as the head coach there, and a lot to look forward to with a very bright future with that young group, and a bright future for Quincy Notre Dame too. You got to remember, not very many seniors. Lauren Hummel, senior, Sage Stratton, a senior. Those are the only seniors in the starting lineup. So, but it could be a special year for them in the postseason. Again, ranked number 2 in Class 3A, Pittsfield number 9 in Class 2A. New rankings come out on Wednesday, so we'll see where things are there. But big night. Great game in Pittsfield. Made for a fun Monday night. And we've had a lot of fun here at Muddy Night Hoops. So we're going to take a break. We're not done yet, though. We've got Starry Star of the Week, brought to you by Refreshment Services Pepsi, coming up, and a few more thoughts and tidbits to get to. So stick around. This is Muddy Night Hoops, powered by Farm and Home Supply.
If you've been in a motor vehicle accident, contact McCleary Law.
There was nowhere to go. We were on a bridge.
All of a sudden, a guy started going over in our lane and hit us head on.
I couldn't even breathe. It was just unbelievable that it even happened.
We needed to get a hold of an attorney, and our first thoughts was to get a hold of Dan McCleary. Everything's pretty easy when you deal with Dan.
He got us way more than we expected to get.
We don't charge anything until we win your case. Call McCleary Law.
Cutting down the chaos of life is a lot easier when you can find everything you need, including peace, at one place. Your local Farm and Home Supply.
We believe that accessing care close to home is better for you and better for your family. For 120 years, Hannibal Regional has been committed to providing community-based, contemporary healthcare. From state-of-the-art surgical care to innovative cancer care, and now life-saving open-heart surgery. We are dedicated to expanding access to exceptional care in each of the communities we serve. Hannibal Regional, why go anywhere else?
Muddy Night Hoops is also brought to you by Town & Country Inn and Nationwide Transportation.
Looking for a new hangout or a place to eat? Gabe welcomes you to the Silver Dollar. Delicious menu options, daily lunch and drink specials, and 6 gambling machines. Come hang out on the patio with friends at the Silver Dollar, 7403 Broadway. Gaming and grill up on the hill. Silver Dollar.
Hey, grab me one too.
So what separates us most from all the other dealerships is the Toyota brand itself.
Once they buy a Toyota, they never buy anything else. #1 vehicle on the market, the best sedan on the market, some of the best reliable trucks on the market. And our main goal here is to try and get our customers the best payment possible.
We know the process and we pass that along to you.
We're simply looking to buy vehicles off the street.
And we want all makes and models of vehicles.
And you don't even have to buy anything in return. We'll just simply purchase it from you.
We can purchase a vehicle in 10 or 15 minutes or less.
Looking for a new hangout or a place to eat? Gabe welcomes you to the Silver Dollar. Delicious menu options, daily lunch and drink specials, and 6 gambling machines. Come hang out on the patio with friends at the Silver Dollar, 7403 Broadway. Gaming and grill up on the hill. Silver Dollar.
Welcome back to Muddy Night Hoops, powered by Farm and Home Supply. It has been an adventurous night on the prep basketball scene. We've seen some really good games, including that game down at Vauchall Gymnasium in Pittsfield. We saw Hancock County tournament action take place up in Warsaw with both Mendon Unity and West Hancock boys winning games. Kenzie Cassing, the Brown County sophomore, broke the 1,000-point plateau for her career tonight. Pretty impressive for a sophomore. That could happen again with another sophomore later this season, depending on how the season plays out. But I know Jada Brown, Quincy High School sophomore forward, is inching closer by the game to the 1,000-point mark. So a lot of cool things going on there. Seen a lot of historic moments this season. Kylie Robinson of Macomb got her 1,000th career point. Bradley Longcore III, who was our guest in studio tonight, is inching closer to being in the top 3 in all-time scoring in Quincy High School history. That's impressive. Keyshawn Thomas broke the career rebounding record at Quincy High School. That's impressive. It's been a year of really cool personal milestones, and hopefully come March we see a lot of really cool team stuff happen, because I know our area is very capable of that, and that's why we're here every Monday night to break it down and talk about what's going on throughout our area. And with that said, each week we want to give you the Starry Star of the Week, presented by Refreshment Services Pepsi. The first 2 weeks, Central Southeastern senior guard / forward Lauren Miller and Unity junior forward Sawyer Allen were our first 2 recipients. Tonight we're going to go with one of the bigger players in the area, truly physically and stat-wise, who put on a heck of a performance last week in leading his team to the title game of the Highland Tournament, and that is Canton senior forward Preston Brewer. In the semifinals against state-ranked Palmyra at #1 seeded Palmyra, Brewer led the Canton Tigers to a 66-52 victory as he scored 25 points, grabbed 9 rebounds, and blocked 3 shots. He then followed that up in the title game against Keokuk with 25 points, 13 rebounds, and 2 blocks. Now, the Chiefs won that game 59-52, but the 4th-seeded Tigers were in the title game, due in large part to what Preston Brewer was able to do. Now, he's got a great supporting cast around him. We talked to Canton coach Darton Almontrout earlier tonight, and he talked about some of those guys, Caden Oliver, the Frazier kid, and all the others who are the Ospaw kid, all the others who are making big plays and helping Canton succeed so far. You know, they're a team that's probably going to crack the state top 10 next week as long as they keep winning. They're a team that's got a shot at winning the Tony Lenzini tournament next week as long as they keep playing together and keep growing and progressing. But the big man in the middle, 6'8", Preston Brewer, a guy who plays inside and out, can really extend defenses because of the way he shoots the basketball. He is our Refreshment Services Pepsi Star of the Week for Week 3 of Muddy Night Hoops. We are heading out the door here shortly to get prepped for a huge week ahead. Again, a great Monday night. Saw some really cool things happen on the hardwood. And now we roll into Tuesday when we've got a huge matchup on the road for the Quincy High School boys basketball team at Moline in Western Big Six Conference action. The Blue Devils have not won at Wharton Fieldhouse since the 2016-17 season. So they're due. This senior class, which is piling up some pretty impressive team numbers as far as wins and losses go, has not won at Wharton Fieldhouse. So if Quincy High School wants to win the Western Big Six Conference title this year, they're going to give themselves a leg up if they go to Wharton Fieldhouse and win. And then they turn around and come home on Friday night for a key matchup with Rock Island. Rock Island 17-1, undefeated in the league along with Quincy. So truly first place in the league will be on the line Friday night at Blue Devil Gym. Should be a fantastic crowd. And then we look ahead to next week where we've got the Tony Lenzini tournament going on over at Palmyra. We've got the Quincy Shootout, which brings in teams in the top 25 in the nation, as well as the top 3 teams across all platforms in Missouri. You know, and that St. Louis Vashon team that handed Quincy High School its only loss will be at Blue Devil Gym playing. It's going to be a fantastic shootout. I'm working on preview stuff this week. So next Monday night, we'll break down a lot of the shootout. I'm hoping to get shootout director Eric Stratman in here with us. If he can't get in here with us, maybe we'll be able to break it down and record something with him so we can have a little more flavor from the guy who has put this all together. Does a fantastic job of doing that year in and year out. The shootout has turned into something incredible. Love being a part of it. Haven't missed a game yet since the shootout's inception at Blue Devil Gym. Again, on Friday night, we're always at 2 gyms. So, you know, you have games going on at Blue Devil Gym, games going on across town at the Pit. I've been at Blue Devil Gym for every one of those games, Friday and Saturday, every year for the shootout. I will be there again this year. We'll bring you blanket coverage of every game. We'll have updates on every game. We'll have photo galleries. We'll have video interviews. We're gonna try to do a couple things a little different this year because we have the capability of that. So you can look forward to some of that. But we'll break down more about the Quincy Shootout next week. This week, lots to look forward to. The Hancock County tournament's going on at Warsaw throughout the week. Again, Saturday night, Illini West versus West Hancock is the final game of that tournament. Could be for the championship, depending on how this all plays out. But that would be a lot of fun if the final game decided it all. Again, West Hancock, a team that has gone toe-to-toe with 2 of the top teams in the state in Class 2A, in Peoria Manual and Williamsville. So it's a team that belongs in that conversation for a top 10 ranking. A really, really good team up and down the lineup there for West Hancock. So we look forward to them. Hopefully we can get Jeff Dahl, or maybe we'll get one of their players on Muddy Night Hoops next week. Finally did it. 3 weeks in, and I finally slipped up and called it Muddy Night Lights. I knew it was going to happen at some point. Muddy Night Hoops again. 10 weeks of doing football, it was just in my brain. Got through almost 3 full weeks before I had a slip up. Oh well, it happens, right? It's okay. That's my turnover for tonight. There's my miscue. So I got to make up for that next week, but we will. Again, plenty to talk about. Want to thank our guest again tonight, Bradley Longcore III, Sidney Compton, Blaze Kimmel, and Dalton Armentrout for joining us to break down prep basketball in West Central Illinois and Northeast Missouri. It has been a fun episode. We look forward to being back here next week, and make sure you join us because we'll have plenty to talk about right here on Muddy Night Hoops, powered by Farm and Home Supply.